Today we're looking at the first move in the golf swing, the takeaway, and in particular the hand path. This is a subject that I talk to numerous golfers in my academy all the time. The first point of breakdown quite often is how we start the golf swing, and really that gets down to, in most cases, the hand path. So today I'm going to share with you a great way of getting your hand path to move on the correct arc, which then responds to how the shaft moves and the rest of the takeaway to make the swing fall into place simply and easily. This is a pure exercise. When we go to the golf course, we might have a waggle that gives us the same feel as this, and then we go for the shot as normal. Keep watching to see this drill. So I've got a foam ball. You can pick it from any kind of store, cheap as peanuts, and I've got a strap, which I'm going to use to strap this to my leg. So no fancy equipment. You can use bungee, you can use a belt, you can use possibly oversized elastic band, whatever you've got, and you can use probably any kind of object. It doesn't have to be a foam ball, but something that sticks off from your leg, like I'm going to show you now. So we want it sticking off our leg so it sticks out. We can also, if we don't want to go to this extreme, try and put something in our pocket, like a bottle, like a bottle of pop or whatever, that would stick out. This obviously sticks out a bit further, so it makes it a bit easier to show you what I'm going to show you. So what we're talking about today really is when we start the golf swing, a lot of golfers move their hands away from the body like this. So that for me, the hand path would be moving out and away. When it moves out and away, the club tends to work in. It's just like a natural balance that occurs in swings. Very few golfers move the hands too deep in the backswing. And that's essentially what we're going to try and get you to do, is move these hands as deep as you can. I'm just going to get this a little higher. So we're going to try and brush this ball with the end of the club. And that's going to give us the feeling of a measurement and the calibration and the consistency of starting our hands in the correct way. It's important to know when we start the hands the correct way, we also want the shaft to try and work on a good relationship to that. So we want to feel like the shaft is in line with the hands or even in front of the hands for this particular drill. So if we take a setup as normal, let our right arm dangle, that is our correct hand path arc. And you see here, that's just slightly outside that ball. So if I had a bigger ball strapped to my leg, we could hit it and it would be exact and correct every single time. Quite often what we need to do with golfers, and certainly us as individual learners, is we need to overdo things. So trying to feel how to hit this ball is slightly working the hand path in slightly too deep a way. And as I said in the kind of introduction or the start of this video, very few golfers have the hand path that works too in or too deep. Lots of golfers I teach, a high percentage, the hand path would work out. Some manage it better than others, so some that make the hand path go out, get the shaft nicely in line and just get an upright backswing. Others, which is the more common fault, wrap this golf club around their backside far too quick and early, and then it tends to move to this kind of compensatory action. The kind of in, up, and over, kind of swing loop or swing plane changes that we would see. Definitely not the most efficient way to swing a club. I'd much rather you be out and drop under for most golfers. So what we're going to try and do quite simply is waggle, get the butt of the club hit the ball, then hit a shot, trying to get the butt of the club to hit a ball and make contact on the ball. And then what we would do is try and do a set number of reps, like 20 odd reps with the ball. Every other shot maybe with hitting the ball and every other shot not hitting the ball, and then 5 or 10 normal shots. So that kind of ratio and number of practice and discipline is what we're looking for. In theory, what makes us move differently is high quality reps and reps that are making us change. So this is a thing that's going to make you change. You can stand there conceptually and try and think your hand path's different, and with some golfers that will work, but with lots of golfers we have to make them change, and this is one thing that's going to make you change. So let's step to a golf ball. There's my rehearsal, just brushed that ball. Do it 1 or 2 times, then we're going to go and hit the golf ball, trying to do exactly the same thing. So was it different feel to normal? Yes, but that's what I want. If it felt the same as normal, I'm not doing anything different. And certainly for years in my early days as a golfer, my hand path used to work out. I don't think it's too bad these days. I have a tendency sometimes to get in the club a little bit inside, but with a good hand path and just too much rotation within my forearms and wrists. So the reason why that happened is because of my hand path initially. So I used to do a drill very similar to this years ago. I used to actually try and touch my leg with my hands. This is obviously easier trying to touch the ball. But it's certainly something I'd encourage you all to do. Have a go. As I said, it doesn't have to be a foam ball. It can be anything you strap to your leg. You know, you can get a box. You know, anything this kind of size you can use in the house. You can even roll up a pair of socks, you know, or a couple of pairs of socks and tie them around your leg and give it a go and see how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel that you're moving differently, you're probably onto something. If you take away something you've always struggled with, then definitely have a look at this as a way of changing it and getting your takeaway more on point and more orthodox for the future. If you've enjoyed the video, please click like and share the video. It really helps me. Google look at it as in the more shares, the more likes, the more subscribers and comments on the video, the better it is, and the more then they push it out to other YouTube viewers, which obviously helps me, and that means which hopefully helps you. So help me to help you if you can, please. So thanks for tuning in today at the Forest of Arden. Hope to see you back here real soon. Keep golfing in the meantime.